Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. It is warm. It was warm last night. It's warm this morning. It's gray, overcast, raining, and is warm. Oh boy, thumbs up for that. Anyway, front loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be awesome. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be very cool. If you could leave me a comment, that'd be double plus good. And I would like to thank once again my Patreon patrons. My ADHD has once again, I forgot to update this tomorrow for sure. But I'm putting 4 people up from my Patreon list each day because I can't put it up on screen with Share Factory. But thank you, each and every one of you, for helping to keep me and my aging pet metabolizing. It is appreciated. If you would like to help keep me and my aging pet metabolizing, I have links for the Patreon in the video description, along with a PayPal and and an Amazon wishlist link that I need to update. Thumbs up for that. Front loading of videos over. Yay! Yeah, it is so warm that I took off my outer shirt just to have on my inner shirt. I don't really like the way it looks. It's much more form-fitting of a shirt than I like. And I don't really have a form that I think is all that good at being fitted to. I've mentioned I have been a lot heavier than I am now. And when you're heavy, you get a lot of loose skin that it doesn't go away. If you get stretch marks and you break down the collagen, that skin never goes away. So I look like a wax figure that's half melted in the sun. But in justification, I will have to say what I have said on Twitter, and I stand by this. I do have the best pair of old man titties in Shelton, Washington. Hey, be proud, show them off. Anyway, though, let me take a look at the rest of the month. I'm still going to be pulling at my shirt here. I have a thing about cloth and folded cloth and the way it feels, so joy on that. So I am going to be tugging at my shirt much more often than normal. But taking a look at my list, my leg, oh boy. I can't really tell altogether how my leg was doing because I mentioned it was warm and I had too many blankets last night. And when I woke up this morning, I did some flip-flopping, turned onto my left side for like a half hour, and then turned onto my right side. I went to put my right leg underneath my body pillow that's on that side of my bed. Because I had to bend my knee to put my leg underneath the body pillow, that muscle on the inside of my right thigh cramped up hard. So hard that I was standing up and stretching in ways that normally takes it out, and it wasn't going away. Over 45 minutes after I finally was able to make it go away, it was still tingling and twinging and hurting and trying to re-cramp. So I've only been using the anti-cramp stuff that was sent to me as a gift by Nexor EH sporadically, but I think maybe I better start using that much more often. I still use the other pump stuff for hands. It has what's essentially frankincense in it, and that's been used for thousands of years for things like inflammation and pain. So thumbs up for that. But yeah, oh boy, it is so warm that it's gonna be fun this summer. But taking a look at the rest of my list here, yes, my leg. Because of all this being overly warm, my skin is very reactive. My entire body is extremely reactive. So if I have any sort of spot that's going to look red, it's going to look even redder if I'm warm. When I take off my support stockings, whether or not I actually have cellulitis, my leg looks horrific when I first take off my stockings because it has huge red patches all over it that fade away within 30-40 seconds because it was just the pressure of the stockings that was causing the redness. So I'm not sure how much of the redness that was there this morning was because of heat or was because of actual injury, because my leg looks, other than that, great. I was walking around on that leg for a full hour before I put my support stockings on this morning. My leg looked great. hardly any swelling even after being up and walking and doing things for a full hour with no support stocking on that leg. I had to use a lot of pressure to get any sort of tender, ouchy feelings around that ankle. Sure, when I bring my leg up and I put it onto my right knee, if I put it in the right spot, that still hurts. It's a lot of pressure on that particular spot. But unless I use a lot of pressure, there's no pain from those areas. There's still pain from walking around, but every day it's looked better. So if on Monday things are bad, I will end up going to the ER again. But right now, I do not anticipate that happening. So thumbs up for that. Checking the rest of my list here. Oh yes, I had talked before about this one because Wizards of the Coast, WOTC, and Hasbro really messed up, like over the wintertime and all that, trying to change rules and just destroyed trust. And when they did this before, it caused the eruption of all the games that are out there now and the rise of Pathfinder. They, because of this and splintering the community again, really messed up again. There is the one YouTube group, Critical Role. They have a publishing arm where they publish high quality Dungeons and Dragons books. WOTC and Hasbro has for years now made books that are just sloppy and lazy and basically cash grabs, and some that they've actually had to recall because they did their background checking on it so poorly. They just included a bunch of stuff that was so offensive they were getting in bad trouble. And then when they realized that, they went, whoops, you should have caught that in editorial, but they're not doing that. And so other third-party companies have been coming up with excellent material, like Critical Role. They are now coming out with a game, Daggerheart, their own role-playing game and system and world. Wizards of the Coast is going to become not the big group and everybody else, but just one of the group now, because they keep shooting themselves in the foot hard. Oh yes, and two, I wanted to talk about this one really quick. I am lucky that this has worked. I'm lucky to be alive with the cellulitis I have had. Modern medicine makes our world, and a lot of things in our world, make our world look safe, but it's not. I mean, even just 100 and some odd years ago, back in the time when it was like in the 1800s, when I can't remember if it was Jim Beam or Jack Daniels, one of those two big alcohol group things, one of the founders of those had gotten pissed, kicked a safe with his booted foot, and injured his toe. And a year later, he was dead because of the infection in his toe because of kicking the safe with his boots on. That's how dangerous it used to be alive. The fact that I've got stuff going on that I've had in my legs, just even now that I'm getting over it and I'm surviving, I wouldn't have without modern medicine. So thumbs up on that. Also, let's check on the rest over here. The only one I'm really going to talk about before I really go on to try about talking about other things, and I doubt I'll be able to. I watched Jacksepticeye play a game. I can't remember what the game is called, but it's one of those liminal space type games, but it for me did the job so much better than any of the others that I've seen, aside from a few spots that I really hate. You go into it with no in-game lore, you should know some, because you're going into a superstructure that has been discovered that is bizarre, weird, strange, and it needs to be explored, and so this company is exploring it because they want to make money with it. They don't explain what the superstructure is. It's early access, the game only goes for a few levels. So the in-game lore, who knows what the in-game lore is? Who knows what's happening? You should know a little bit more because you're going in to do something for the organization. But it's one of those liminal space things. But most of these liminal space games have a predetermined layout. And you can get to know it and such like that. I like the games that are more roguelike, like this one, in that every time you die, it's a different level. Now, I've mentioned before that I like games where there's always more. And like if you're in a house and everybody thinks they know the house, but then you discover there's a door behind something. So you open it and you discover there's another part of the house that is so large you would be able to see it from outside, but you can't. But it's there. The house is getting bigger on the inside. There's always more. And that, I think, was exemplified in this game very, very well. Each time you started, the game level that you were on is different, which ties into the whole undifferentiated space, observation, and persistence that I talk about with things like Undermarb and my setting, where there is the great possibilities of every place you go, there's the infinite possibilities. Now, if you're making a game, the infinite possibilities might be that there's only 15 tile sets you're choosing from, but it's going to be a random choice each time. So as the map is developed, it's going to be infinitely different in that fashion. Even though there's only 15 different tile sets, it's going to make a different layout each time. In places like Undermarb, because of that, when you're walking through with observation, like when you open up a door, that room was infinite possibility until it opened. And then it drops out of a superposition into what you find. It drops from infinite possibilities of what it could be to what it is because you observed it. And then when you go on, it continues. In Undermarb and such like that, as long as you have someone in a dungeon area, that place will not drop back into undifferentiated space. As soon as there is no one left inside to observe, boom, the place will collapse. But there's also persistence that I use in my setting where stuff stays persistent for an hour. So I think a modification of that for this game, because as stated again, it's different each time you have to restart. The thing I don't like about it is there are entities. Now they're well done, like there's a little doll that follows you. You know, it's one of those, it only moves when you're not looking. But if you're in a lit area and you turn around, you can see the inertia of the doll stopping. You can see the clothing move. You can tell the doll was actually following you. That is well done. It's very creepy. Very well done, but I don't like the inclusion of, supernatural stuff, and most of the entities in this structure seem to be supernatural. But given an existential or cosmic origin, it doesn't have to be supernatural. That's just a couple clicks of reality above us where there's more possibilities and you have more available to you. It's still science, just science that we can't understand. So I can almost handle the entities, but it really handles there's always more. Really, really good in that you can be running along. And because it's random, you don't know what you're going to find. And you can dash into one of these bathroom areas. Then they'll have stalls. And it pays to check the stalls. 99% of them, you open up the door, there's just a toilet inside. You open up the door, there's a toilet inside. Jacksepticeye was playing, opened up a door, and there wasn't. In fact, it kind of went to the wall, but there was no stall door on the other side. And when you went around, it was a corner leading into a whole set of new rooms and corridors. There's always more. It's always bigger. It won't even necessarily fit if you're trying to draw a map, going These two auditoriums are gigantic. They're on the same level. They can't be here. But you can go into this auditorium and walk around this area, or you can go into this auditorium and walk in this area, and they're both completely separate. I love this kind of liminal space horror. Always more. Bigger on the inside. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Past that, I have been trying to think just on my creative settings, checking my time. I've not been able to come up with a whole bunch of creative stuff. But I do want to talk about this one if I can remember how it went. Really, really quick. Hopefully people, you actually watched this far. I can tell I'm actually getting better from my leg because I come up with music in my head periodically that I haven't been able to do for a month and a half. This morning, all of a sudden, my head came up with one of these weird songs. Usually it's original stuff. Sometimes it's just mashup stuff of other things. It's to the tune of Johnny Cash's Walk the Line. But the lyrics are, I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep my eyes. I keep my eyes. I keep my eyes. So, yeah, it's kind of a weird one this morning, but still, there you go. Uh-oh. Is it still recording? No. I messed up. I don't know if it's still recording. Uh-oh. Just a moment. Bidding again. Normally I load up a gameplay video that's an hour long, and then I record my commentary, which is this over the top of it, take that separate commentary track, and then edit that and upload it. I accidentally used a video that was nowhere near that long, and I didn't know if it was still actually recording commentary long after the video had stopped. Turns out that yes, in fact, it does. Thank goodness for that. So, I can't remember if there was what I was talking about or if I was going to talk about anything. So I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Going to go through and thank how many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. And I do count in American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand, but I'm not really paying attention to it. It's just a form of stimming. We have, take out my glasses so I can see, nearsighted, farsighted, astigmatism in both. My monitor is too far away for this eye, too close away for this eye, too close away, too close for this eye. It's in the perfect space where I have no glasses to be able to see it. And luckily I can see it better without glasses than with. Nixor EH, I'm very glad that your dialysis went well. Definitely a thumbs up. And Jesse Koskinen, oh, winter is going to be, summer's going to be hopefully not too warm. But I'm glad it's warmer there. There is Chris, greatly appreciated. Thumbs up. Lumpy Leg, thumbs up. And yeah, I got to look up some good cheeses to try and get the father guest going. Oy vey. It's Roulette, thumbs up. Thank you very much. Fish Sticks 95. Yeah, it was a good fight there. JAXXN, thumbs up, thank you. Flora Mew, greatly appreciated. I'm very glad to hear that They Might Be Giant is still active. They must be at least as old as I am, though. I can't imagine they're much younger. So, we'll see. Oy vey. I'm glad that they're still active, though. We have James MC, greatly appreciated. There is Martin Gaskin, thumbs up. And as soon as I can, I'm going to be reacting to music again. JAYY, greatly appreciated. Jeremy with a 0 before the Y, thumbs up. And we have RAWKITHED, thumbs up. There is Thomas Welch, greatly appreciated. 77 Arcturus, good to see you in the comments, and I hope things continue to go well. Take care of yourself. I'm still learning how to take care of myself. James Parker, thumbs up. Shinra, always good to see you in the comments. It has been a while indeed. RJ Mitchell, thumbs up. Thank you much. There's Clancy R. Oh, I love the game Cultic. It's a very, very good game. And then we have Max, thumbs up and thank you, and that is it. Greatly appreciated, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. It is appreciated, definitely thumbs up. For a while there was a commenter that wanted me to talk more about soft vor and people being swallowed whole and digested alive. And I really do. I'd love to spend an entire video talking about that. I like the subject for two reasons. I just like the idea of people being eaten. And two, one of the reasons that I don't want to actually talk about it is because I like it so much. It's like talking about something so intensely personal. So, because it hits me on that kind of level. So, one day I may talk about it more again. I still talk about it, like I'll be playing games and then just look at a creature and go, oh, why can't you just swallow me? So, thumbs up on that. Anyway, though, hopefully you can get done the things that you want to get done. That would be very cool. I'm going to try and get done the things that I want to get done. Like I have an appointment today to talk to a social worker, 1 o'clock. So, yeah, waiting mode. Still, I can't remember what I was going to say, how it ends. What do I say? Still, you take care. Have a great day today. And we'll see you on the flip side. And that is indeed a very, very good thing. I'm going to sign off here, and hopefully you have enjoyed me displaying my old man titties for the world. You take care, and I'll see you on the flip side.